All right, guys, we had a great little morning up at the mountain, and now I'm getting on the road and we're heading south. So probably going to see a video or two on Dirty Hands TV, and even this clip right here might end up on Dirty Hands TV. But yeah, we're heading south, so it's time for some warmer weather and a little change of scenery. So stick around, guys, and we'll see how it goes. Crowley Lake, beautiful, not frozen over. A lot different than last year at this time. What a beautiful view over here, guys. White mountains. Just getting down here, heading down into Independence right now, and just a beautiful day out here today, guys. Almost 60 degrees, and you can see little snow-capped mountains here. That's a sweetie rig right there. A little windy down here. Stop in Independence here. You can see the mountains behind the casino there. Pretty cool. And that wind's blowing a little bit down here. Get in the car and wait for the fuel to pump. You know you got the right motorhome when you can pull a full-size F-250 behind you, four-wheel drive power stroke behind your motorhome. That's what Lori and I want right there one of these days. We'll just live in it. Travel around the whole United States and make cool videos for you guys. Starting to warm up a bit down here further south. We're about 63 degrees right now. And getting ready to come down into Ridgecrest here, the Mojave Desert, and all that good stuff. We're just coming out of the gateway to the Eastern Sierra here, and then we're dropping down into the Mojave Desert area. You can see all these volcanic rock formations around here. Pretty neat little area here. One of these days we'll when we have more time, we'll trailer one of the side-by-sides out here and maybe do some exploring for you guys, kind of show you some of the flows. Way back up there is a lava flow. You can see where it flowed down through there. You probably can't really see it with the camera, but that over there is a lava flow which created this huge lava field that we're looking at right here, all this rock. Very interesting area out here, just a lot of prehistoric kind of stuff out here that's I've always found pretty interesting. You can see some of those cliff formations there, pretty neat. Alrighty guys, we just popped over the pass here, Walker Pass. Now we're coming down in the back side into the Walker Basin here is what they call this. And we're gonna drop down into that here in just a minute. I like this little area. Lori's parents live about 15 miles up the road here, and their little ranch that they have. We really enjoy coming out and hanging out with them. And there's actually, right down the way here, there's 70 acres and a really cool off-grid home for sale. If I was closer to retirement age, I'd probably look real serious at buying it. But just not quite ready for that yet. So hopefully somebody ends up with that can really enjoy it. It's actually right up here on the left. I think you can see it right out there, sitting up on that hill there. That is it. And it's a really neat home. 70 acres there. And this is as far as you get up the pass before you go over the top into the Mojave Desert. Yeah, that's the house right up there. It's got some other buildings down there lower in the lower area. And just a pretty neat piece of property right there that I wouldn't mind having if I had the time for it. But you can see the sign right there. Yeah, that is a neat home there. Up on the hill there. Certain times of year it doesn't get any beautifuler than this area here. I just saw a bobcat, guys. Let's see if he's still right here. Oh, missed him. He just crossed the road right in front of us. See that low hanging clouds over there towards the lake. Let's see if we get into that. Look like they're not quite low enough, but pretty interesting because it's clear as a bell on the other side of the Walker Pass out in the desert. Just coming into Mount Mesa here shortly on the back side of Lake Isabella. We got a few white caps out there on the lake. A little windy today. A little cloudy. Oh, those are those clouds we were looking at way back there. We're in them now, just under them. other day when we saw those rays kind of shining down through. You see that? That's pretty amazing right there, how those rays are shining down through the clouds like that. It almost looked kind of like smoke, but it's sun rays coming down through there. You see it like shining right down on that area right there. I know they've had a lot of rain the last week and a half or so down through here. They've been getting a ton of moisture, so everything's really starting to green up again. And kind of like out at the ranch, I'm pretty sure out at the ranch there's been quite a bit of moisture out there as well. We'll be out there tomorrow, so maybe messing around with the dirt bike track and whatnot. But definitely got a lot of moisture down this way. You can see in the dirt it's still wet, and this road construction is still going on, and this has been going on for a long time. Seemed like all summer, and we're all, you know, it'll be a year probably here pretty shortly that they've been working on this. So they're drilling some big caissons here. They had a big failure with the highway right here, and they lost a big portion of it. Now they've drilled these big caissons and they're pouring them right now, it looks like, and that'll reinforce the whole outside edge of the road there. And that's where the river kind of, when it's running real high, just slams into that corner right there and tries to erode it. So that ought to hold up once they get that thing done. But it's crazy, they've had road control on this thing 24 hours a day for almost a year now. So you can imagine what the bill for that was. A lot of money just for the traffic control. That was a big project. These rock formations, guys, just amazing. See, the road's still wet, so they just got some moisture here not too long ago, which is a little sketchy coming down through here sometimes. They'll get rock slides and whatnot, so I'm in a hurry to get through here as quick as possible when it's wet and not wait around for one of these rocks up there to come down. They come down all the time and tear up the road, hit cars, all kinds of good stuff. You can see all the marks on the pavement where the rocks have come down and beat it up. Well, we made it out of the canyon. Now we're here in Bakersfield. You can see all the cloud cover above. Everything's nice and green right now. So we just got out of the Kern Canyon, guys, and now we're gonna head over towards the ranch. And it's been a couple weeks since we've been out to the ranch, and I'm just anxious to go check on things and see how things are doing. But look at these beautiful California foothills, and And so that was the Kern Canyon, and we're gonna follow the Kern River all the way down as far as we can before we make our turn off and keep heading further north towards our place, which our place is way out over here, about 25 miles. And right now we're just gonna kind of follow along the Kern. We're gonna come in here to the Hart Park area, and I'll show you that as we pass through there. That's a very well-known park in Bakersfield. It's called Hart Park. Used to be a gathering place for a lot of folks, and it back in its heyday, it was definitely a very cool place. It's kind of, things have changed over the years, but it's still a nice beautiful area. We used to ride dirt bikes all out throughout here. Like, grew up riding dirt bikes in all these hills out here. It's kind of how Bakersfield got its name. The Baco Hills out here by Hart Park and stuff was pretty famous among the dirt bike community, and a lot of people will tell you about the hills in Baco, you know, and you'll see they're on a lot of videos, a lot of old motocross videos and stuff back in the crusty days and all that stuff. Those guys, I can actually remember when those guys would come out and film. There was things that they would come out here and film some jumps and things like that, guys doing crazy stuff on bikes. Bakersfield's always kind of been known as a dirt bike community, and the hills can tell you a lot of stories about that. When we were kids, on the weekends, you would see cars parked everywhere out here. They fenced it off, actually, so you can't hardly even go out there anymore. But this area is probably 2, 3, maybe 4,000 acres total. It extends quite extensively off that way, and it was just a mecca for dirt bike riding. And you can still sneak out there and ride. People do it all the time. Of course, the state of California, like they do everything else, they fenced it off, blocked it off, and took it away like they do everything else. But I know there's still people that still come out here and cowboy up and ride, and it's kind of frowned upon by some, but there's still a lot of cool things to ride on out there, and I grew up doing it, so I don't see anything wrong with it. So here it is, Hart Memorial Park here, and that's the map of the whole park right there. You can see it's not a real big park, but they got a nice frisbee golf set up here. A lot of people like to come play their frisbee golf. And the river, the Kern River, is just right over here on the right. It runs literally right next to the park. So when you get over here on this outside edge, I think you can probably get a little peek of it. And it's actually right here. And this is like a little tributary right here of the Kern, but on the other side of that fence way over there, that's where the river's actually at. And then you'll see over here there's some homes and people that actually live on the river, and these are some really neat places. Some of them in the summertime when the river's up and running really good, a lot of these guys actually have like jet ski docks and boat docks and stuff, and you can literally hop on a jet ski and ride up and down this river for miles, several miles. It'll let you get way on down that way, and then back up towards the canyon you can ride as well. So and there it is. That's a little tiny glimpse of the river right there that we're gonna get, and you can see some of these homes. They're right on the river, right across from the park here. And that river is way down from what it was last time I came through this park. It was up at the very top of those sandbags down there, if you could see those. But yeah, this is a beautiful park here. That house up there, my dad and I actually built that house years ago. That was for a famous football player that came out of Bakersfield by the name. His name was Cedric. I don't know what his last name was. Cedric something. But yeah, we framed that house, and that was a big house. So yeah, I got a lot of roots here in Bakersfield. It's kind of my hometown. I was actually born in Porterville, but raised in Bakersfield here, and a lot of good and bad memories. But it's not a bad place to end up. And now that we're up in Mammoth a lot, it's kind of fun to come back and just reminisce on things. And it's nice to still have a place down here to come back to. Nice and green, guys. It's a beautiful time of year. My favorite time of year. So here's kind of like the back side of some of those hills we were just looking at. We just kind of went all the way around, and you can see all the terrain. This is very, very steep. Not a whole lot of ways down. Once you get up top there's only a couple ways to get down. It's so steep. But on the back side of that is a lot of fun riding, and a lot of fond memories of as a kid riding dirt bikes in these hills. And here it is, guys, the world famous Oildale, California, off to the right, known for one of the larger producing oil areas in the United States. A lot of oil in a small area out there, guys. As you can see, that's all of that infrastructure is all pretty much oil related. There's just, I mean, pipes and tanks and wells everywhere out there. And that's the Ethel's Old Corral. It's a fun place to ride your horse out to, or ride your Harley on a weekend. A lot of guys gather there on a weekend, but you can see this is all oil, and they call this Oildale, California here. So I wonder why. And that's why we call our place Oilfield Ranch. Yeah, a lot of people, when you think about California, you don't think about oil. You think of Texas, you know, but we got oil here, guys. We got a lot of it, and that's a big part of how a lot of the community supports themselves, working in these oil fields. And it definitely supports a lot of families. Puts a lot of gas in a lot of cars. Transformers. It takes a lot of power to run all these oil wells. Back there in the background, that's known as the Panorama Bluffs. And the Kern River actually runs right at the base of those bluffs over there. And it just continues all the way out, way out into the valley. So that river just keeps on going. And here we go to the I'll call it the world famous Speedway Market. But this was like a staple little store when we were kids. We'd come in here and get the biscuits and gravy every morning, or as many mornings as we could. We've been on a long road trip all the way from Mammoth. Sadie and Bud, and Bud's getting a little sniff out there, but we're gonna pop out to the ranch. I'm gonna let him run around a little bit and just kind of see how things are looking out there. Get ready for do some work out there this weekend, guys. Well, guys, we definitely got a lot of rain out here. A lot. The road coming in, you could see where things had washed over the spillways, and look how green that pasture is right there. That horse is in heaven right now. I'll quit it, bud. You're not gonna do anything to him. Yeah, this is as wet as I've seen it in quite some time out here. And so you got some water standing right there. That, my friends, is a problem. We need to get that graded out to where it's not going to do that. They got water. They got some rain here. I mean, you can see it. A lot of it. See if I can get up to where the trailer site is. It's definitely going to be a little slick. See if we can do it. No, not too bad. Oh, I can see the rain gauge, I think. Huh. Over 3 inches. Wow. That is awesome. All right, I don't want to get in the mud here. Well, it's a little muddy getting out here, guys. What was impressive to me when I pulled up here was what I saw in this rain gauge. And there it is. About 3.5, right at 3.5 inches of rain in that gauge. So the last, couple storms that came through here, 3.5 inches of rain. That's something else. And boy, we needed it. My poor car. Lori's not gonna be happy with me. I got it a little bit muddy on that one side. Okay, guys, we made it to Oilfield Ranch. Huh, Sadie? And they're all happy. They got to get out and run around a bit. Let's go take a look at the off-grid compound, the foundation. There it is, guys. This is Lori and I's home away from home. And would you look at the views that we have? And there's our motocross track below. Let's see if I can get you guys a better shot of that. There it is. It's a pretty big outdoor track. I gotta run around it in something that'll give me the actual mileage of it, but I'm gonna say it's well over a mile one lap. Well over a mile for one lap. So you're gonna be looking at like 3-minute plus lap times on that deal. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed our video of today's trip down south. Got a little mud on the tires here, and we're out at the ranch right now. I got the moto, I got the big outdoor track here behind me, and then endless amounts of foothills back that way. So anyways, hope you enjoyed following along with us, and stick around for more. We're gonna do some more videos over the weekend, and we're gonna be moving a bunch of equipment and all kinds of stuff. It's gonna be pretty cool. So don't forget to jump in on the videos and let me know what you think in the comments. See you soon.